Alright everyone, we are back with some more of the house in Fata Morgana. I gotta say guys, as of this video, things start to escalate real quick. And it's just crazy from then on. But I'll let you guys see for yourselves because after, going through it myself, it was just surprising. But if anything else guys, I hope you all continue to enjoy watching. And let's keep it rolling. Alright everyone, and we are back. A village man is looking at me. Only for a moment. But for me, that moment is torturously long. A faint look of panic crosses his face, perhaps in fear of my appearance. He's staring at me. Will he point his finger and call me a beast? Will the other villagers come to kill me? However, haven't seen you around here before. He didn't recognize me. Yes, I come from a faraway land and I am unfamiliar with this area, so... Haha, you're dressed like a nobleman. On a secret trip or something? Something like that. You look really pale though. Searching for a doctor? Yes, but not for me. My companion has come down with a fever. Sorry to hear it. Well, I'd love to introduce you, but he's out right now. And he won't be back for a few days. I see. And where might I be able to buy fruit? There's a shop just around that corner. Thank you very much. Don't mention it. Do take care, traveler. It's dangerous out there. I'm starting to attract attention, but not the same kind as before. They don't look at me with revulsion, hatred, or furious indignation. They're simply curious. The village feels different than last time. Could it have changed this drastically? Or is it because I really did look like a beast back then? And now I look like a human? I don't know. Excuse me. Me? Yes? I would like to buy some fruit. Some oranges? Oranges? Alrighty, just a sec. The fruit vendor doesn't recognize me as the beast either. Oh, hold on, I missed out on that one. Backlog. Any other year and they'd be a lot plumper than this. Oh, gotcha. But this year we've had the end of the war and this whole mess with the beast, and it's just been crazy. If you'd like, how about you come back in a few years and try our oranges again? They'll be several times better, I assure you. Wow, several years for an orange? I don't know, man. I'll keep that in mind. You bet. That'll be... I'm sorry, I don't have any local currency. Would this suffice? Well, how? Is... No good, I take it? No. On the contrary, it's hardly fair for you, trading a jewel for a few oranges. That's all I have to offer. I hope you can exchange it for money. Sure. You nobles are something else. Noble. Aren't you? Though if you wander around dressed too well, you put yourself in danger. You might find yourself stripped bare by a bandit or perhaps even catch the attention of the beast. The beast? Everyone mentions the beast. They speak of me. Have you heard the tales? I have not. There's a beast den not too far from this village. It's attacked before and we've been living in fear, never knowing when it might attack again. But that all ends today. The men have finally found their spines. They all got together and went out to exterminate it. What? And you'll never guess who's responsible. A kid. A little boy spearheading the attack. Never would have expected a little kid to whip all our lazy, cowardly men into shape. The boy's the only one who knows where the beast den... Ah, hold on. What about your oranges? The men have banded together, and they're going to kill the beast? Why now? Why when I'm not there? I'm the beast. I'm right here. I'm what you're trying to hunt. The only person at the mansion right now is her. He regretted not asking the fruit vendor how long ago the party set off. Though what good would that knowledge have done him? He had to hurry back regardless. The sun was beginning to set, draping the surroundings in a deep blackness. As if to keep him from returning home, the night wrapped its hands around his head, covering both eyes. In what direction did he have to head to return to the mansion? He stormed through the forest, and eventually the mansion appeared before him, like the world fading into view after a dream. Bestia was a tempest in the night, blowing through the overgrowth toward the house. Please make it in time. I need her. I need the peace that she provides me. The last thing I want is for her to die. In the blink of an eye, he was through the door, charging down the mansion's halls. He could not sense anyone else inside, though. All he could hear was the whoosh of the wind blowing into the house from somewhere. It seemed the window was open. Where are you? Where have you gone? Answer me! Please, answer me! He cried out the girl's name again and again until his throat was sore and his voice hoarse, but she did not respond. He rushed into her bedchamber. Hey! Hey! Hello? Where are you? Where are you? Answer me! The man swung his head back and forth so hard he thought he might break his own neck, and when he made to look down, he slipped, falling on his tailbone. He felt something slick on his hands, a sensation he would recognize anywhere. The liquid was still warm. Oh, don't tell me they killed the white-haired girl. No, that cannot be. It can't. It can't. It can't be. Muttering incomprehensibly in fear, he crawled back to the door of her chamber and into the corridor. Like a genuine beast, he followed the trail of slippery fluid on all fours. The trail glimmered like red wine. It stretched down the hall past the living room, smeared across the floor like it had been wiped down with a mop. The man crawled and crawled and crawled until at last he reached the stairs leading down the cellar. The ruby trail continued. From beyond the door, he could hear men's voices. With a howl, the man stumbled down the stairs, throwing open the wooden door. His first impression. Ooh, I missed that. Should have done that. Oh, wrong one. Back on. Was that the stench of blood was suffocating, and indeed, there he discovered the white-haired girl. Oh, no. Oh, okay. He found himself unable to even scream. Her once porcelain skin was no longer even sickly pale. It was now the bloodless color of dirt. She was sprawled haphazardly out on the cellar floor, dried blood stains around her half-open mouth. Oh, they killed her! Ah! And those lips were naturally lacking their former rose and sheen. Her body was covered with an array of wounds, but the most prominent was the man's singular sword standing tall in her chest. This is the Bestia. He doesn't look like the same. It's him! He's the same guy. He's the Bestia. Several villagers surrounded him at the behest of a young boy. He's gotten himself dressed up all proper and fancy, but good clothes don't make him a good man. Isn't that right, you Bestia? No. You murderer! Why did you kill her? Why did you kill her? Why did you kill her? Why? You want to know why? Her death was an accident, I'd say. I feel bad about what happened. But any woman who would live with a man like you must be a witch. Does that hurt? Are you hurting right now, you Bestia? Then maybe now you understand. You not only stole my parents and friends from me, you ripped the last shard of hope I had from my hands. Do you get it? Do you finally understand? How I feel? Now do you know how it feels to have someone you care about taken from you? She, Pauline, was desperately trying to find you. Oh man. The word save was there instead of find. Why? Why would you kill someone so devoted to you? Do you understand what you've done? I'm asking you a question, you goddamn murderer. I see. And now, I have nothing left. What? The man stepped forward, almost perfectly calm. His panic had vanished as if it were never there. His eyes were disturbingly vacant. Perhaps the sorrow had overpowered him, beating his heart into quiet submission. No, that was not the case. Those eyes were empty, a faint smile spread across his lips. Oh, great. Now that he doesn't have a so-called limiter, he's just gonna go bananas now. Berserker mode. The transition was swift, as though a gear had switched in his mind. The boy and the other villagers were frozen in place at the sight. Before long, the man was standing before the deceased girl's body. And then, he pulled the blade from her chest. I knew it. I really was a beast. What I wanted. Tether. What are you yammering on about? Didn't you care about that woman? Didn't you choose her over Pauline? Who you then threw aside and butchered? What is wrong with you? What was she to you? She was my serenity. But she's dead now, and there's nothing I can do about that. Peace, calm, tranquility. The man's behavior was downright eerie, causing the boy to flinch back. Believing he had everything taken from him and could not possibly lose anything more was, I imagine, what had allowed him to stand up to the beast, the source of such crippling fear. Yet now, he found himself unable to move. He found himself in the face of such an incomprehensible creature paralyzed with fear, and the villagers were similarly dumbstruck. Not even I could understand his behavior. What the hell's wrong with you? How can you laugh at this? I don't get it. How? How indeed. I wonder myself. I don't know either. But you know what? It doesn't matter anymore. Because every last one of my anchors has broken off and sunken into the sea. That's a lot of cackling right there, guys. I can't pull all that off. Not to mention, I know at times it sounds like I'm holding back, which I am, because I'm mainly recording in my room, and my room is not soundproof, so I can't really afford to be super loud, which would probably help with the whole cackling and whatnot. So bear with me, guys. Yeah, see, that is what I'm talking about. That laugh. That's a lot. Damn it, get moving, kill him! I'll slaughter every last one of you! Ah, yes. My whole life, I've always wanted to kill. That's a face. What was it that afflicted you with such madness? Losing your memory in the shipwreck? The abuse and insult you suffered at the villagers' hands? Or was it your grief at not being able to return to your homeland? No? None of those were the root? You were always like this? You always bore those twisted desires? You held these deep, constant urges to cause others harm? That is your essence. To feel you hidden beneath the mask of sincerity. The true beast was your heart. The beast was a convenient skin for you to wear. You wanted to be a brutal, savage murderer. You never really loved the white-haired girl or the black-haired woman for that matter. You were merely attached to them, fixated on the idea of a world of tranquility. You used this piece to anchor yourself to prevent you from drifting off into the ocean of your desires. You yearned to cause pain, while also hungering for the opposite, a calm life. You idolized this idealized life spent in quiet harmony with another, because you knew just how difficult it would be for you to attain. Far more difficult for you than satisfying your cravings, but not impossible. I, personally, had hoped you would find peace with someone rather than descend into savagery. It may have only been superficial, but it would have been very human. But ultimately, peace slipped through your fingers, and no one was left to suppress your desires. You cannot, after all, hold them back yourself. What a tragic man. What a hopeless man you are. Now, I wonder who was saying all that. Was it the mansion? Was it the maid? Was it Pauline, who became part of the mansion, probably? I don't know, because of the curse? Who knows? The door to the cellar swung shut. You had fallen to the floor at some point, unable to bear the stench of blood. The maid stood behind you, her arms wrapped around your shoulders. Oh, I'm back again. Okay, cool. The maid's voice was chillingly gentle. That was quite horrific, wasn't it? Are you feeling unwell, Master? Oh my, you're shaking, Master. Fear not, I assure you the beast will not come through that door. I am here for you, and I will continue to hold you for as long as you need to settle your nerves. Oh dear, you feel like you might freeze in my arms. Am I really that cold? I cannot tell my own temperature. You wish to know what happened to Bestie after that? I could open the door once more and show you. But I have no intention of knowingly tossing you back into the den of horrors. He lost the rest of his humanity, becoming wholly beast. But, to tell just a little more of the tale, it is my understanding that the entire village was ravaged shortly thereafter. He was a bewitchingly talented swordsman. Not a single person living in that village could stand up to him. In the woman's memories you saw, he was a gentle man, yes? But even the mildest of men can change. Though personally, I believe that without an element of monstrousness buried somewhere within, a man cannot become a beast regardless of what may push him in that direction. Do you follow? Now tell me, Master, have you remembered anything? Oh dear, I was afraid of that. I am a remarkably patient maid. I shall accompany you for as long as you require. So do please find your memories. Now let us head to the next door. The mansion is quite large, so hold on to my hand. We would not want to get separated. You and the maid traveled down the dimly lit hall, passing by the mirror once again. The light from the candle in the maid's hand was the only thing that reflected in it. The maid herself did not appear. Vampire! However, just as you were about to avert your eyes, you thought you caught a glimpse of white hair. You heard a voice echo in the darkness. The maid can't be the white-haired girl, though. Unless she absorbed her? Or possessed her? I don't know. We still got a ways to go to understand the story and to get this guy's memories back anyway. And when you turned to face the mirror again, the glass was the color of obsidian, as if it had been painted over. The voice seemed to be coming from beyond the mirror. The maid did not turn back, evidently having not heard anything. You. Oh, no! You're gonna give me a choice! Ah! Okay. Important rule of thumb? We save. Always important. Always important. Okay. Okay. So, from what I remember, the maid told me not to let go of her hand. If I extend my hand to the dark obsidian abyss, I could get a bad end. Or, I could enter a different part of the story. Or I could avert my eyes. But the thing was the white-haired girl, though. I kind of want to know that. Ugh. My gosh, no matter what I pick. I mean, I saved it, though, right? So, okay, well, this mansion could be tricking me, too. This could be a trap, and it probably is. But we all know I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it, because I have to find out, you know? Alright, I'm extending my hand. Let's go. Final answer. You extended your hand toward the darkness overrunning the mirror. The second your hand brushed against the surface, the tips of your fingers sunk into it. And the next thing you realized, your whole world was sinking into darkness. You could hear a voice. I am the witch. So far, no bad end. Oh, it's a new story. Giselle. It's getting foggy. Looks like it might rain. Maybe we should take a little break. You want to keep going? Oh. Alright then. This deep in the forest? Thank you very much. You must be tired after such a long journey. This is the mansion I am looking for, yes? You could have said something. Oh well. I should get going, I guess. Does no one live here? But if that's the case, then why was I... Such a big door. Please open. It's not locked, I guess. Alright, I gotta know what time period this is right now. I wonder if the window's open. Darn, not a hint of light. Hello? Is anyone there? Please don't tell me it's actually abandoned. I suppose I can't know without looking around a bit more. Oh man, why do people do this? What do we have here? Drapes? I see a little light beyond. It's so pretty. What was that? Giselle? Oh my, what is the matter, master? Why are you just standing in place? There's nothing there. The maid did not seem to have seen anything. You made to ask her about the scene you had just witnessed. Whoa, what the heck? Master, you look like you've just seen a ghost. What is the matter? How about a little rest before we move on? You do not wish to remain here? Still not fond of mirrors? Yes, now let's be off. I too dearly wish for you to return to your old self as soon as possible, master. If your desire is to push onward, then I could hardly be happier. Now follow me. You followed the maid's lead, returning to the living room. From there, you climbed a set of stairs, your hands sliding through the dust that had settled on the ebony railing. When you stepped out of the side of the mirror, the maid returned to normal. You had been on the verge of remembering something, but you were no longer in a position to be concerned about such things. For the chill in the air within the mansion seemed to have intensified. Standing at one end of a long corridor, you asked the maid, When was the mansion built? I would imagine you know more about that than me, Master. Yes, I know. You have not yet regained your memories. I was simply teasing you. I have been a servant of this house for many, many years, but the truth is, I do not know everything about it. All I know is that the mansion is cursed, and that it has brought misfortune upon its residents, since times of old. I can make a conjecture as to when it began, but I believe you should figure it out for yourself, Master. There is no guarantee my perspective is the correct one. Now let us proceed. You and the maid traveled down the dimly lit corridor. While the layout of the house was the same as in the eras of the flaxen-haired boy and the beast, the bleak, colorless gloom felt incredibly dreary. On the wall partway down the hall hung a painting. The painting, which depicted a beautiful landscape, was oddly entrancing, but you did not have time to appreciate the artwork. But I had enough time to look at a mirror and extend my hand out to it and fall into its abyss, right? Your hand in the maid's, you passed by the painting. Before long, a door came into sight at the end of the hall. This door is what I would like to show you next, Master. Listen closely. Do you hear the voices? Lively but rough, energetic but coarse. What lies beyond this door is neither a period of elegance and abundance like the first, nor one of ruin and savagery like the second. Technology and culture had become quite developed, cameras and photography had been invented. It was a time of great progress and many breakthroughs, and for that reason, those who lived in it were constantly seeking to try new things. The tale I'm about to tell you is one of a man who wagered everything on his ambitions. I hope that what you see, Master, will stir something in your heart. Now, to the door we go. Please do not let go of my hand. The maid pushed open the door. Colorful balls bounced around the top of a long dark green table. One man dressed in black and standing by the billiards table turned toward the door. The room was inundated with eye-watering cigar smoke, causing you to squeeze your eyes shut. The third door. How many doors are we going through? Oh, 1869. That era was a rat race of innovation and development. The smoke was so thick you could hardly see more than a few feet ahead of you. I could compare it to a dense morning fog, but that might give the impression of beauty, and of that there was little to be found in this haze. Do you see the silhouettes of several men in the smoky room? The one in the middle? The one looking in your direction, Master, was the present master of the house. Jacopo. His name was Jacopo, and though he dressed in such fine attire, I sincerely doubt he understood how splendid the furnishings left in the mansion truly were. I am a faithful servant of this house, and I would not, for the life of me, dare speak ill of my master. However, this is a time long past. I imagine God would be so kind as to turn a blind eye to a little bit of honesty. I was not terribly fond of my master back then. He had wavy hair the color of over-dried tea leaves, a piercing gaze, an arrogant smile, and he wore a hat that made him look rather haughty. He put his trust only in money, renown, and rank. He loved only the iron and steel that had revolutionized so many industries. He had not the slightest bit of love or care for other people. At the very least, that is what I believed at the time. Take a look around the room, Master. Jacopo had remodeled it into a recreation area. A billiards table sat in the center of the room, and the downward-facing lights hanging from the ceiling were special made. The lights shone upon the dark green stand like a stage. Cigars and bourbon lined glass cases installed in place of bookshelves. The cases were always fully stocked, their contents available to partake of readily. At that particular moment, as he had many times before, Jacopo had invited several friends and acquaintances, and they were entertaining themselves. His wealthy, high-ranking acquaintances had a variety of hair colors, from polished brass to the brown of a baby robin to the color of some burnt wheat. There were also much greater variation in skin tone compared to the visitors and residents of previous eras. But that was hardly any surprise, for the mansion sat upon land inhabited largely by immigrants, the New World. What's the matter? What are you looking at? Nothing. I just thought I heard someone say my name. Ain't no one there unless you're seeing a ghost. I don't believe in such nonsense. It's an an old house with a long history. Wouldn't be surprised if it had a ghost or two. But if the place is gonna be haunted, I'd take a princess over a bloody broad any day. A princess, huh? And when she showed up, you'd have your way with this ghost lady, am I right? Calling me impressed, son. You jump her bones and she don't even gotta need to jump. Come on now, that's hardly fair. Not much you can even do with a ghost. My god, are you men or children? This is my house and I would rather you didn't talk about it like that. Just the blatherings of a couple of drunks. Pretend you didn't hear nothing. For the love of God. Alright guys, I'm gonna end the video here for today. Thank you all for watching. When we come back, we're gonna continue on in this new era, this new door we entered in 1869.